very much sounds like some of that, what they call West Coast jazz or something. It's really kind of laid back, but...
laid back. We're laid back, guys.
But it is, and as I say, when we
cool.
visit...
I don't know about you, but I'm cool.
I am cool. Although it's certainly far from cool out here. It's nice to be out here in this time of year.
You know, I dig it. And it's nice to see you on those bell bottoms and some Bermudas, at least.
Well, yes. I am. I've changed my style a little bit down here. Like I say, we're really working hard on this movie now, and I really have high hopes for it. That comes out a little bit later this year, but we'll see where that goes. Anyways, our first commercial that I was able to arrange today, Moyvin, as you know, coordinates our guests. I don't know exactly what your job is. Of course, you try to oversee.
Well, I'm overseeing. I'm
overseeing. Yes.
Okay. Executive producer.
It'd be nice if that's where you were, but in any case, I coordinated this first commercial, and it's very much in keeping, I think, with the LA scene, the movie star scene. It's a gentleman, and it's very, maybe a little strange that he would advertise, but a gentleman calls him, his name currently is Dr. Illyannis. Dr. Illyannis, and he...
You know, you get a lot of doctors on this show.
Well, this is a real doctor.
Because you're a sick dude, that's why.
This is a real doctor, by the way, though, and he's a plastic surgeon. And apparently he does services for the stars and things like that, and... So we're going to bring him in because that's always an interesting situation. You'd like to know who had, did Cher have this done, or did, Michael Jackson, or what, So we'll get some of the lowdown, and also he'll tell us about some of his specials. And anyways, just if you could just usher him in, or her in, I'm not sure. Could be a lady for all I know, but Doctor, would you please could you come in and...
No, hold on a minute here, Bill. We don't do exactly plastic surgery on all the stars.
Oh,
well, no,
but you
some we do, and other ones we don't.
But you are Dr. Illyannis.
How'd you guess?
Well, fine. Doctor, please, it is so exciting. You have to understand, if we could just come in on that way just ever so slightly. Doctor, go ahead.
I walk for you.
Excuse me? Oh, the what for you, I see. Well, anyways, like I say, we hear about the stars getting all the different nip and tuck and this and that. So explain a little
for our Japanese. We do a lot for our Japanese.
In fact, that was a great Japanese team. Did you ever see them?
Acrobats. I did a little bit of like facial reconstruction.
Exactly. Again, just good. I don't know that it's a very heavy foyer out here in LA.
We don't have foyers.
Was it like more of a patio here or something?
All those are good. Peppermint ones? I like them.
Yes. Well, anyways, Doctor, to explain a little bit of what's some of the stars that you've worked with. Could you? It might be complicated.
There's so many. Just pick one, and I can tell you.
Well, the perfect example, and maybe an unfortunate example of some work that's been done on
Sonny Bono. I thought you were going to say that.
No, I wasn't going to. You've done some work on Sonny Bono?
No, I haven't, but
I see.
My brother did, though.
Just your brother is a plastic surgeon?
No, an undertaker.
Well, there you go. Doctor, but what I was going to mention was Michael Jackson. Now, we hear about...
I did him.
You did some of the work on Michael Jackson.
I had to use some plaster of Paris, and then,
Plaster of Paris were using on you?
Oh, yeah.
Now, how do you work with a person like that? Is it... What did you do for him?
I had a bust of Diana Ross. And then I just tried to sculpt his head in that, looking like that.
Oh, so I say you were actually trying to clone, kind of, or to do a copy.
Not clone. I just make it look somewhat like that.
Well, could you give us an example then? That's somebody that's obviously had some surgery that didn't go so well, perhaps. Now, and we know out here in LA...
They look good to me.
But we know out here with all the starlets and the actresses and like that, and we know the very big thing here, of course, is have breast enlargement.
Well, that's my favorite thing to do. I'll do the reductions or the enlargements. Doesn't matter to me.
Now, give an example of how that works. We hear so much about the dangers of silicone and things like that.
If you're a guy, what do you care? By the time you're too old, you know what I mean? You know what I mean.
I thought you were going to explain what you meant.
Oh, okay. Well, what I mean is, it takes about 10, 15 years for that silicone to work its way up and down into the body.
Oh, I see. So at that point,
they're all in, who cares them?
I see. But it is a relatively safe operation, you would say?
Oh, the operation's safe. It's just what happens afterwards. I never got hurt. Once I hurt my finger. Once I got scalpel. I said, scalpel! And the nurse. So you put
You
that
made a mistake
slap
there,
that
the wrong
scalpel
side.
on there. Yeah, hit me right there. I would cut my hand.
Okay, now, we've heard of as I said before, the nip and tuck, and we said it was the Japanese vaudeville act, but now we also hear of tummy tucks. Could you explain how that works exactly? Something about that is another
Well,
operation.
what it is it's like, you remember Friar Tuck?
Friar Tuck, yes.
Well, if you got a hairy stomach, we shave it, and you get like a bald spot in the middle where your belly button is with the hair
And that's a
around
tummy
it.
tuck.
A tummy
Because
tuck,
like
yeah.
Friar Tuck is representative
Right.
of it being gone, so it's that's what the tummy tuck is. It has nothing to do with cosmetic surgery.
Well, no, it's just the cut.
It's just a
cut of
it's
the
just a
look.
hair cut.
Well, I mean, we have to plant the hair around, but it's,
Yeah, so that's what a tummy tuck would be.
Right.
Yes. Well, okay. Now I know that you've come on, and you're trying to, in essence, ply your wares. In essence.
Hold on there a minute.
No, you're not trying to.
We don't use pliers. We use more sophisticated
Pliers. Well, yeah, I guess I did say that. But in any case, now you are running as so many people on the Bill Blues Show do run, and sometimes it is actually that, and sometimes it's a train trip. But you are running a special this week. Is that? Am I not mistaken?
You saw my advertisement, didn't you?
I did see the pamphlet that you sent over here, and maybe you could explain what you're running this week.
You didn't say what I thought you said.
I thought I did say it, but I thought I made trouble with it. I didn't think I was in a culture where.
Well, you better watch.
But you did send
You
me
mean my newsletter?
You sent you sent me
just watch it.
I wouldn't say no.
Well,
long-time listeners would know what I shouldn't say. But you're saying, so you sent me a newsletter about this little, especially this little promotion.
Right.
And what is that?
The cheese pack. The
cheese
button pack, we call it. Button cheese pack.
Oh, you're doing the button pack. Well,
we got it from Italy, and it's a real good idea. Maybe you heard about it.
Well, we have. We've talked with, what was her name? I can't even remember now.
We just bought it from a company.
Melly, her last name was, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was the Mamelli.
Yes, when you do the button pack with the cheese. The stars are going for this?
What is American cheese, though? Over there, Limburger was bad.
Are the stars going for this, though? I mean, is this something
yeah. Tom and Jerry. Jerry, he just won every day.
Button pack with the cheese.
What the cheese?
Mm-hmm. Well, they got pretty big stars, too.
Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
There's another one.
Big stars. Now, could you give us an example? I don't want you to tell tales.
Mickey Mouse has been making movies since the 30s, I hope you're not going to... Walt Disney might be gone.
In fact, some of the reviewers have been saying he's been making those type of movies. For that matter, and I don't know if it was a compliment or not.
Maybe.
But in any case, I wanted to ask you a little bit about that, and I didn't want you to tell tales out of school, but perhaps could you tell us maybe some of the stars that have had surgery that we wouldn't know or that we don't, that wouldn't be so obvious by looking at them?
Tell me a star you think is just perfect. That's perfect, because I've got almost, well,
no, here's an example of a star.
Diane Cannon.
Diane Cannon. She has or has not?
She has. In fact, her brother, Cannon, the detective.
Oh, that's her brother.
That she would look just like him.
Is she tied in with the Tello people at all? Because I know that...
No,
he's not with them.
No,
I didn't think so.
Just a minute.
He used to look like her brother.
1 minute here.
He used to look like a brother that was Cannon, the detective.
Right. That Conrad
that's quite a bit of work there. You had to tell me talk.
We talked a lot.
Rest, whatever, and well, I'll give you an example of somebody that I wouldn't think has had maybe something like a Macaulay Culkin or something like that. Now
he's young, but not as young as you think.
You're just letting the whole name Macaulay Culkin go, of course.
Because.
Well, just so I know, so I don't step on any lines.
Well, at first I thought, I'll admit, at first, when you first brought it up.
Yes, you thought there might be something there.
But then I realized.
But there was nothing there.
I thought it was like a catalog or something. But I didn't want it, but then I realized it was the star.
Macaulay Culkin?
Well, not that much as Macaulay, but when you said Culkin, I realized. Well, it's not. Well,
yeah.
I'm
sorry I stopped you at this point.
I'm sorry you started me.
That too. Anyway, somebody like him, you say you have done some work?
It's 37 years old. Now, that takes a lot of work.
That's it. That's what we don't know.
You didn't know that? I guess I'm better than I thought.
Yeah,
you never really, you know how there's never really a close-up of him? How do you think he does all those stunts? He can't be a little kid and do all that stuff.
I see. So that's the magic that worked there, I see.
Well, it's not really much just hard work.
Now, Disney mentioned a little bit earlier in a kind of a derisive comment to me, talking about the late midget, or whatever you want to call it,
Billy Barty?
No. No? Do you have a story about Billy Barty you'd like to tell us?
No, that's all.
No, I was just getting through my intro, where I use the big adjectives and you try to say something about it. He's kind of the late midget kind of, I don't know. Exactly. Who I was mentioning. Yeah. Now, have you ever done any work with somebody like that?
I did. We had to do a leg reduction on him because
they needed a I should have thought about that. This is the man that was.
He was. Yes, he was 6'4" as well.
This man was 6'4" and just
played basketball in high school.
And to help his career,
some people don't do anything. I'll tell you.
I see. Well, that's interesting.
Actually, I had to do a complete body reduction. The only thing that was the normal size was his head.
I see. Well, let me ask you one more, and then I know you have to go.
Now,
because I know you've done, and certainly this is the fortunate part of work like yours. You've worked with some of the most beautiful women in Hollywood.
I haven't. I noticed on your staff here, you have quite a young
I think Heidi has.
I was talking about
Guillermo.
He's had some work as well. He's operating.
Again, I wish you were the mind reader because then you would have known that I would have thought you were going to say something about that. You've only not only have you worked with them, but you've also done some plastic surgery for them. And again,
I haven't. I had the opportunity.
But in any case, people, we'll do a little bit of that, in psychology they use the word association. I'll give you a star, and you give me a few comments. All right. What your experience, because I know you've been in Hollywood for years.
Let's go. I'll go for that.
And of course, you're known as the plastic surgeon to the stars, I think, out here.
I would say so. There's a few others, but
you carry most of it. Yes. Now, Bo Derek, something like Bo Derek. What have you done?
Derek, I can say she's really bad.
That's where the name came from, in other words, probably. It was Bo as in...
And used to work in oil fields. So that's what But we'll get
Yeah. So that's how much surgery you did there.
Right. Well, you just wanted a short thing.
Right.
You want
that's what I'm asking for.
What I'm trying to say.
Now maybe somebody of the old guard movies. Something like Elizabeth Taylor. What can you tell me about her?
Really, even fatter than she seems to be right now. Yes. But
even
though she's been married many times, she prefers horses to men. That started way back in those old movies.
As a national delegate, it's being very good.
And she drinks quite a bit of that.
No, that's not bad. You ever had any of that? And it's not a bad rock group, by the way. I think Sam Marino has that.
I got it right, but he's a big goofy guy, right?
There's no doubt with it. But what you're saying about Elizabeth Taylor says she's actually even fatter than she is because you've done some reduction.
I mean, some of the blubber we took off her, we used in that Free Willy movie.
All right, just a couple more then, because I'm just maybe something like one of the modern stars, maybe like a Pamela Lee Anderson, something like that.
I only had sex with her twice.
No, well, I was talking more about some work that you've done with her.
I did some of my best work on her, I'll tell you that.
Are you in that video, by the way?
She kept her mouth closed and took it on the chin.
Thank you. You probably don't know about the family part of this show, but in any case...
this is Hollywood, buddy. I go with the flow, like swing.
Now, we talked about your button pack special. Now, I understand that fairly soon you're going to be retiring.
Farrah Fawcett.
Farrah Fawcett. Now, what did you do for her?
Well, she's kind of cute.
She wasn't her time, but you've done no work on her, though.
Plumbing.
I see. But in any case, again,
my time's running.
Your time is almost up.
I do have to get.
Let me just mention one more character
that right back to my place.
That Guillermo wanted me to ask you about, and that's the famous movie star Rock Hudson. What can you tell me about him?
Rock. Well, I had to help the doctor when they gave him a penile implant, that I had to come in and like fix and make it smooth the transition.
So you actually do work like that then?
Well, I do the smoothing. I don't actually do the operation.
Because I don't know if you're familiar with the famous surgeon Marv Wolfman.
Excellent. In fact, I think we went to the same school. I'm sure.
Are you sure what school you went to?
Oh, it's been a long time. I mean, there's drugs out here and everything.
I see, so you don't remember exactly what school.
I know, but maybe if you ask Marv, he would remember. I think it was either Princeton or Gaskell. I'm not sure which one.
It could have been Gaskell, actually, now that I think about it. Well, in any case, Dr. Illyannis, it's been a pleasure. By the way, if you don't mind, because I hate to be formal on the Bill Blue Show, your first name is Don. Pedro Illyannis.
Well, mixed marriage.
You mean your parents?
Well, who else?
Well, sure. I guess you're right. Who else? But in any case, well, Doctor, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, and
anytime.
You know,
let's come down anytime. USA or Iowa.
Of course, you can see by looking at me, I don't need any of your services. But as years go on,
well, maybe for this movie, you could use a little work. I mean, I could. No, just professionally. Here's my card. Now take that.
All right, fine. I'll take the card because yes, you do know about the movie because I thought.
I heard. That's the talk of the town. Well, I mean, you are
I'm
a person there.
I'm very excited about it, and it's a pleasure to meet you, a person that's, of course, rubbed up against so many of the famous stars, and also the
let me tell you,
done a little work on them as well. Exactly. Well, Doctor, it's been a pleasure having you with us, and
thanks very much.
And we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bill Blue Show in just 1 second.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.